Welcome to the second channel. Pause that. So, I'm going to Capitol AudioFest. For those of you who don't know what that is, it's around Washington, D.C. at the Twin Brook Hilton from November 11th through the 13th in the 2022. So, I love Capitol AudioFest. It's AudioFest, but it's not like Can Jam. It's not headphones. It's not these stupid things. It's speakers. It's all audio products, really. I think Stax has their own space. Gashilly Labs will be there. And I'm filming this on November the 7th because I'm going. And I'm not sure yet if I've upgraded my room because I put in a request to upgrade my room and I haven't gotten a response. But if I get a room, it's not like an official room that I'm paying for. It's just the room I'm staying in, which doesn't matter because people bring their audio stuff to show off because what's downstairs in the main rooms is whatever. Oh, $25,000 speakers. I don't give a fuck about those. Usually, unless they're those icons, which I really want. So what I've decided to do is now there's going to be a Hi-Fi Guides room, an unofficial Hi-Fi Guides room. And this is the test setup for it. And I'm filming this on the 7th, so I can put it out on the secondary channel, high secondary channel, and show off what's going on. Now, I'm waiting for parts. I've ordered some things. A lot of the time I will do this. I'm bringing a table, might even bring 2 tables. I'll probably throw them in my truck or my car because they're folding tables, they're small. I'm bringing speakers. Last year, there's actually a video on the main channel, which Zeos will link to the video from the main channel. Last year, I brought the RB42s, and this year I'm bringing the RB42s and the Swan M300 Mark IIs, because those things, I remember being in the room and going, fuck, I wish I would have brought those. Those would have knocked I would have been impressed. I could have been competed with the speakers that are downstairs for $10,000. So this year I'm bringing them. But I'm trying to bring all different equipment besides the RB42s. These are like the consistently holy fucks audio product that no matter what the price goes to, because it used to be 120. No, maybe they were never 120, like 150, now they're 170. I'm sure they're gonna pop up to 200 because inflation. But now instead of powering them with the little SMSL 10 watt per channel Class A, I've got the Stark Bruce and mono blocks that are 150 watts with the gain adjustment. And I'm just playing around with a bunch of different things. I'm gonna show you the back of this now because this looks really good. This looks real good. I made a tweet about this actually. This does not look real good. This is what audiophilia feels like. And that's what it looks like. It looks like that. Oh, beautiful. This is what it feels like. Because the hardest thing always, when you're dicking around with doing a setup like this where you have multiple devices, signals, you can have perfectly nice and clean and world's best cables. And headphone plugs and all those, perfectly clean. Power is the fucking nightmare. Because the Stark Rimsons each have one of those bricks on each, and that means 2 plugs, and that's a plug, and the laptop needs a plug, and that's actually USB powered, so that's good. That's USB powered. Also, however, I'm not powering it with the laptop, I'm powering it with a separate little thing, and this thing needs a USB, but needs a special USB, so I can't even put it into like a hub with like 6. And then this is power, and this has got a transformer, which makes it really weird because it's a fucking IFI, makes it a fucking vertical one. And then this is a giant power brick that takes a figure 8 plug, and then the speakers, luckily, only need a power, like 1 plug, and that's simple. So I ordered a power strip for this, like a big one, like 15 plugs on it, and USBs. So I should be able to consolidate most of this into, I think I can get it. I think if I can put the power brick into this clear box at the bottom, the new power strip, and then line up those power bricks, the big ones, in a way that they don't overheat each other, and I plug everything in, I might be able to pack everything into this box, bring it to the show, put it down, and then just plug things into it, and then never remove it from the box. That's a possibility. I'm not 100% sure on how that's gonna work, but we're gonna give it a shot. So yeah, items that are coming as of right now. I haven't chosen the headphones except for 2. Neumann NDH30s, Rode NTH 100s. It's always backwards. I always get them backwards in my head. RB42s, obviously. Actually, These are sitting atop the new SoundRise foam stands. These are equipment stands. These are both mixers and stuff, so it just lifts it up and like tilts it slightly. So what I've done is, because the Swans have that natural slope on top, and I was like, how am I gonna bring 2 pairs of speaker stands? Because I've got the Buchard speaker stands here. And again, I brought those last year because they unscrew and fold down. I just threw this fucking here, this thing. You're supposed to put on your desk like this, and then it holds your equipment and you can run your wires in the background. However, that slope is just like, and this lip. So it's like, oh. I am going to pull this back a little bit and insert something in this gap so that it doesn't cover the front of this speaker, because I don't want it to be accused of blocking the reflections coming off the tweeter. So for right now, it's fine, but I'll fix that. Also, the center of gravity makes this sort of like tippable. Once it's back here, it won't go anywhere. So nearly a perfect fucking thing. My Gigabyte laptop, Stark Rimson's powering the RB42s. The micas here are powered by the Stark Rimson Orchards. The Swans, I'm feeding them just fiber optic cables, so they're actually like one of the easiest things. Actually, we should probably start at the beginning of the data chain instead of just going horizontally, so you understand this. Laptop, the source. I won't put that in the thing yet because I don't consider. You know what? Fuck it. There's your wallpaper for this evening. I wasn't going to use it or show it, but there it is. So now I got to upload that to the wallpaper horde, available in the description. There's only 3 things plugged into the laptop. A FLIRC, which I have yet to pick a remote control. I might bring my big fuck you remote control. Hi, cat. That's the Drake. Come on, come here. He still won't let me touch him. This is my big fuck you remote control from the QES reference. I might program it in here. I don't think you're already set to be... No. It's set for that FLIRC, unless I swap FLIRCs for this event. Anyway, I need a remote just so I can sit back while there's music playing and be like, next track, last track, blah, blah, blah. I have to get a HDMI cable so I can plug this laptop into a television. Presumably there'll be a television in the room. I'd rather use that than this, if possible. We have got a mouse because navigating a laptop with a touchpad is fucking stupid. And we finally have this gray cable going to this right here, topping D10 balanced. And I was gonna use the balanced output of this because it's a very good balanced output, except this one doesn't seem to work. So I've got a D10 balanced with a bad analog output. So as of this moment, I haven't swapped it out. I think I have another one in silver, maybe? I haven't, so I can't use the balanced outputs, but I am using it to go USB to both coaxial digital output and fiber optic output. Let's follow the coaxial digital output for a second, because the cat better not be destroying things in that fucking bathroom. The coaxial digital output has sort of been bastardized because I don't have a distribution thing for like 22 SPDIFs. And since this tone board only takes coaxial digital, originally it was just going whoop and done. Because those will take fiber, this will take fiber, this will take fiber, and the down here I've got another deck that takes fiber, so I've been fine. Except I ran out of fibers. I have this 4-way splitter. Somewhere I have a 5-way splitter, I can't find it. So I have this 4-way splitter for the fiber optics coming out of here. And the coaxial digital comes out, goes into this converter box, which converts coaxial digital or fiber optic to coaxial digital and fiber optic. So it's basically a splitter that can go from one and go to both. So the coaxial digital is coming out, getting converted back to coaxial digital, and then going into the Codis Tone 2 non-pro, that's just the DAC, which is then in turn using the special cables that they sell to make them balanced, and then these balanced connectors are going to the Stark Rimsons, and the Stark Rimsons are then going, the Orchard Audios are going up to the micas. So there's one loop. Laptop, D10, coaxial digital, splitter, back to the tone, to the amps, speaker, done. The fiber optic is where it gets probably less complicated, honestly, because it's fiber optic out, straight to this 4-way splitter. And then there's 1, 2, 3, 4. And we have got Denafrips Aries down here. We have got the FIO K9 ESS. We've got the IFI IDSD Neo, because I don't praise this thing enough. So it's coming on a journey. And then the fourth thing that's getting fiber optic is right here. The Swans, they take care of themselves. I love when they just take care of themselves. So that's what's going out there. Now we have a couple things that are branching off. I have the Denafrips Aries is dedicated specifically and only to the LA90, because I love the LA90 and I think it's my favorite headphone amp at the time. It is a speaker amp, and while I have speakers, I'm not powering my speakers with the speaker amp, I'm powering headphones with the speaker amp. The K9 is doing the least. And I was gonna use the K9 to switch between headphone amp and a preamp for, say, the Star Crimsons, but I forgot that it's got this switch that goes headphone amp, preamp, full line out DAC. And it's a little tiny switch, it's hardly labeled. So if you go switch, it'll just go, headphones are playing, volume controlled Star Crimson amps, full volume Star Crimson amps, you blew something up. So for that reason, I'm not using this. The only thing I could use this on would be something that was a pure DAC that had another volume control somewhere else. So this thing is just showing up because this is honestly the year in review. We're in November. This thing blew my mind. This thing's always blown my mind. This thing blew my mind. A90D, I could have brought the A90D, but I'm just like, how much do I want to bring? At this point, I'd rather show off the LA90's potential for a headphone amp than the A90D. I think people already know the A90D. So the other thing that's happening is I have this Duke Audio U5, which is a product I actually just reviewed and have to download off the camera. This thing is a little balanced headphone amplifier. Do you like that? A little balanced headphone amplifier that's USB powered that can push Susvara. But it's so powerful and stupid that you need to take the XLR inputs in the back and make them RCA so you have lower voltage. And for that, I'm using the IFI, because since you're gonna have this at like a relatively moderate volume anyway, for headphones, that's what you basically need to run this to other headphones. You need to preamp the amp that has a volume pot. It's hilariously clean. Like, it doesn't run argons. There's a lack of like gusto, but somehow the Susvara sound as good as they do on any other amplifier in my house. And I'm not bringing the Susvaras because they're not mine, although the guy wants to sell them. So maybe if I were able to review them in the next 2 days, then bring them and sell them at, it doesn't matter. So this is alone, this is performing double duty, being a headphone amp and then a DAC preamp for the Duke. And then this is just getting fed from there. This is a direct line, like my favorite DAC, the DAC I actually say does well with my favorite amp. So that's like the test bed. And then over here, minding its own fucking business, is a JDS Labs Element 3. Because JDS Labs needs more representation. I know Geshelli Labs is gonna be at Capital Audio Fest, so I didn't bother bringing any Geshelli stuff. Although it'd be nice if I represented them. I have that distribution DAC, but I'm not setting up in a way that a distribution DAC is necessary. Talk about more wires. So I've got Cowgirl JDS Element. So I actually brought an extra long fiber optic cable in case this needs to go on like the other side of the room, just to sort of break things apart. This doesn't need to be on my desk, and this doesn't need to be on my desk, because those are just separate amps. This needs to be with this, and this needs to be with that, and this needs to have this thing. And I think that's covered it all. Is that it? I think that's it. So yeah, I have how many pieces of equipment on this desk? 1, 2, 3, if you count the laptop, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 2 of those being monoblocks, so really 10 pieces of equipment. And then 2 speakers as of right now. I'll see how enthusiastic I get. It's only the 7th, I'm not leaving till the 11th, which is Friday. If I decide to just chuck an extra set of speakers in my fucking truck or car, just like, just bring them. I would probably, if I had to pick another set of speakers, I should bring another set of passive speakers to test the Star Crimsons on, to say like, oh look, yeah, you listen to these RB42s, but really like boot cards. But at the same time, those are A, expensive, and B, I really want to, these are so good on this that it's not even worth it. Although I would bring powered monitors, I'd probably bring the Fluid FX80s. Because, I mean, I've got these, which are, but these are the best. Like, no, I think I'm good. I don't think I need to bring any more speakers. Just tell yourself that, Zeos. I do have to go around and shop for adapters in my basement, because if someone wants to try a headphone that they bring up to my room and they're like, hey, I have a headphone, I want to try it on this IFI, but I don't, you know, it's a full size 4-pin XLR, and I would have to have this adapter. And then I have to have a 3.5 millimeter or the 1/4 inch adapter to 4.4 in case someone wants to try like the JDS Labs. So still gathering all those things. That's why we're doing this so many days in advance. And that's why I ordered the power strip for that. I was just gonna hopefully be able to get everything plugged into one fucking box. Because that's a power strip with another power strip. That's terrifying. Actually, that's a smart power strip. And if I turn off the speaker switch here, I have to turn off the speaker switch. I can't just, if I turn that off, everything else turns off. Because I could actually link that power strip, because I actually saw it on Amazon when I was looking at power strips. So you plug a master thing in there, and then when the usage drops, it goes, okay, and it shuts off like 4 other plugs, which is nice. It's how you shut off power amps. That's why the Stark Ribbonsons are no longer powered. All these things powered off. And then if it finds a draw again, everything should click back on. At least this clicks back on, this clicks back on, because this is just a clicky knob. These 2 things are digital buttons. You have to turn them on manually. But it'll be nice when I'm leaving the room for short bursts to just not have my room burned down. Anyway, this is what I'm bringing to Capital Audio Fest. I'm gonna release this before I leave for Capital Audio Fest, so if you have any last second suggestions, let me know. I gotta get the Denafrips plugged in, and then I can have that running that, and then it will be done except for the power supply and whatever else I decide to chuck onto this table before the fucking journey. So thank you for stopping by the second channel and letting me rant. Stop, cat. He's fucking up my rug. There's a shithead cat in here. Stop fucking up my rug. You're lucky you're adopted. That's Hennessy. He doesn't belong here. He's my friend's cat. But he's leaving soon, aren't you? You dick, you giant dick.